evening and good night to some of you. This is a very special broadcast, and of course, we must pray. And prayer we must, this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwukika Abiyama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwukika Abiyama onye na-efewe n'aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọbụla anyị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-etoghị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee eziokwu mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-etoghị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọ bụla anyị a na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, 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 amazing people. Thank you for joining me wherever you're joining me from across the world. Wherever you're joining me from, I thank you so much for your joining. Thank you for your contributions on the channel. Please share the video. Share the video to all platforms. Share it to family and friends. Share it to your platform. Share it to your own WhatsApp group. Share it to others so that they can join us. Let us share views and set the record straight. This is the time we don't have to keep silent. This is the time we have to speak more than ever. This is the time we have to be shouting on top of our voices. This is the time we have to speak louder than we have ever done. It is not a good time for us, and everyone that is a broadcaster, every Biafran, every well-meaning person in that contraption called Nigeria. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter if you are Oduduwa, if you are Biafra, if you have a middle birth. So long you are an indigenous person in that contraption called Nigeria, it is high time you come up and speak up. This is the time we have to set the record straight and say it the way it is. It is a time that everybody has to open up their mouth and begin to speak, more especially the Biafrans. We have to speak. And what we are doing is to make sure that the conventional media do not continue changing the narrative. It is no longer a story that you know that the conventional media are in the hand of the Janjaweed. The conventional media are being controlled by the government of that country called Nigeria. They are controlling the conventional media, and the media can never tell the story the way it is. They can never tell the truth. Their hands are tied. Each time they are being given fines, sometimes they bound them, sometimes they invite them for questioning, sometimes they give them fines, sometimes they sanction them. And because of that, some of them have decided to pursue their business by peddling lies everywhere. This is more reason why we come on social media on a daily basis to debunk all those lies they are telling. And the most dangerous lie that they are pushing forward now is the one that we have come to debunk. A lie they are pushing against IPOB, against ESN, against our Sulawesi and Kano. This is a great lie that we cannot allow to fly. You can see them using the conventional media, a media that is supposed to be investigating issues. They don't investigate issues. All they need to do is that whatever the federal government tells them to do, that is what they do. Today, the media in the country of Nigeria are pushing forward some false information, trying to frame the ESN. They are framing the ESM to be terrorists, framing the ESN to be terrorists, framing IPOB and framing Mazen Nandekano. As you know, they have been holding Mazen Nandekano after kidnapping from Kenya. They sent him to the DSS. They are scared to bring him to court. They can't even be bold enough to face him in their own court because they have no charges against him. Because they have no charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are trying by all means possible to form a charge by themselves against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And in the process of forming these charges, they are taking innocent lives, killing innocent people, providing different kinds of propaganda, using their media to push lies against IPOB, against the ESN, against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, what we are seeing is a video they are sharing on different platforms. A video of they are sharing on different platforms where policemen were beheaded. Policemen were beheaded and their head placed close to a fire. And they are claiming that it is ESN that did that. Their media, without any investigation, without capturing anybody, without any confession, they just ended up with the conclusion that the people who are perpetrating such kind of evil act is ESN. ESN are not known for that barbaric act. ESN do not kill innocent people. ESN were not formed to fight against police or fight against army. ESN were formed to fight against terrorists in the bushes. But today, the media is helping the Janjaweed to spread false information, saying that ESN killed policemen, that they beheaded policemen, and they are playing with their heads. What a shame. This is what Nigeria has become. You see the reason why we are all crying to get out of this contraction before they kill us. They don't speak our language. They can do anything possible to push forward their own agenda. And that is what Fulani stands for. Fulani can do anything possible to push forward their agenda or to demonize the opposite, to demonize the opponent. Today, you see the kind of evil they are doing, killing innocent people just to frame up IPOB, just to frame up ESN, just to make sure they have evidence against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are killing innocent people. You and I know that right from old region, beheading of people is not a footprint of the Southeasterners. It's not a life of Biafrans. Biafrans don't behead people. Biafrans do not have that culture of beheading somebody. Have you ever heard anywhere where you heard that a Biafran beheaded somebody? It is not among Biafrans. People who are known with that attitude are people from the north. People who are known with that attitude are the northerners. They are the ones who are known with the attitude of beheading people, beheading innocent people. The northerners I'm talking about is the Fulani Janjaweed. Fulani Janjaweed, right from the time of Othman Danfodio, they have been known with that very signature of beheading people. They have been doing it, they do it, and they are going to do it again. And we have them on record. There are so many that record, so many things they have done that is on record. It is not something that it's not far-fetched. So many evil that they have perpetrated that is on record. Very much on record where they have beheaded someone. You have seen it happening in the northern part of Nigeria. In the northern part of Nigeria, most times they have beheaded Christians, they brought out their head and they were playing with the head. You saw them behead a senior member of Khan was beheaded and they displayed the head. They showed it on video. You saw a pastor that was killed in Abuja. A female pastor in Abuja, a redeemed pastor, was killed and murdered in cold blood in the open. Nobody did anything up to today. No investigation. They couldn't be bold enough to mention those who committed that crime. But today, that same media who couldn't be able to investigate and call out those who did that were so quick to begin to frame up IPOB, begin to frame up ESN, saying that ESN beheaded people, when you know that it's a typical lie. One of the person whom we know very well that have beheaded somebody in that country of Nigeria is Sanusi, the emir of Kano, the former emir of Kano, Lamido Sanusi. He beheaded somebody and they covered it up. Up to today, instead of punishing him, they are celebrating Sanusi. He went free, cut off somebody's head and was playing with the head in the open. The record is there. I am not just saying this because I want to say it is not a propaganda. It is something that has happened in that country. But they are not saying about it. They are not thinking about it. Now they are trying to frame up ESN with that same attitude they have planted in the northern part of Nigeria. Something that we know that is signature of the terrorists in the northern part of Nigeria. This is why they are pushing those terrorists into the southeast to make sure that they occupy the area so that they can be able to have a chance to perpetrate their evil. Today, they beheaded policemen and they begin to form the video. And the funniest thing is that some people in the southeastern region, some people in Biafra land are helping them to perpetrate this evil. Some people in Biafra land are helping them to perpetrate this evil, to push on this propaganda. when we know that this is not a footprint of the Biafrans. Biafrans never involved in that. The government of the Janjaweed can do anything to demonize people. They did the same thing during the time of NSAS. Remember, during the time of NSAS, some group of people were seen kill a policeman. They fried the policeman and they were eating the meat in Oyo State during the NSAS. They killed policemen, they ate the meat, they roasted it. When it happened, did you see the media go haywire? The media we are not even bold enough to tell us those who did that. The media, up to today, the media did not go underground to make investigation and know those who did that and why they did it. They didn't do that. We didn't see them pushing the agenda to say that they are Oduduwa people. But when it comes to the southeastern part of Nigeria, anything that happens, they begin to frame up the IPOB. They will tell you that it's the IPOB. They will tell you that it is this and it is that. Pushing all manner of lies from all angles, from all sections. Lie that everybody knows that is a lie, something that cannot fly. But what do you have to do? What do we have to say? We will continue. It doesn't matter how they try. It doesn't matter the agenda they bring. It doesn't matter how they do. It can never fly. It can never fly. The world knows that IPOB is not a terrorist organization. IPOB have members all over the world. IPOB have members who are doctors, engineers, politicians, a well-to-do people, well-meaning people in the society. They are members of IPOB, and they are not terrorists. The organization IPOB is registered in every country you find them. They are registered and known. They are not hiding. They are not in the bush. They are protesting, only holding with their flag. Peaceful organization, peaceful movement. That is what they are. But today, the government is trying so hard. In the process of trying so hard to demonize IPOB, they are killing innocent people on a daily basis. They are killing innocent people, taking innocent lives. How long shall this continue? How long shall this continue? Each time you see them, they will be peddling lies, pushing lies everywhere, pushing all manner of lies. And some people are buying into the lies. Even people from the southern part of Nigeria are buying into the lies, even when they know that the lie is against them. These people use their DSS to push all manner of lies, all manner of evil, to begin to form all manner of evil, all manner of lies against their own people. And some people think it's okay. Some people feel it doesn't matter. Well, you wait until it gets to your own doorstep. It is going to affect every one of us. It is going to affect every single one of us if you don't speak. That is why you have to start speaking. You have to start speaking. The lie they are sharing, the lie they are peddling is not for us. IPOB is not a terrorist organization. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. He doesn't support anything cannibalism. He doesn't support it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't support any terrorist act. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't support anything that has to do with terrorism. He doesn't support it. He doesn't support it. He doesn't buy to that idea. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a violent person. That is why he has been making only broadcasts for how many years? For how many years Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been making only broadcasts? With all the crowd he control, with all the forces he control, yet he still remained on broadcasting. Do you think that if he is violent, he cannot go and raise arm and begin to fight? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu only formed a security outfit to protect the southeastern region. Just like the vigilante you have in the north. In the north, you have Yiba. Just like the vigilante you have in the south. In the south, you have the Omoteku. There are different kinds of security groups in all corners, in all angles. And in the southeastern part of Nigeria, we have the one we have in the southeastern part of Nigeria, which is the ESN. And their duty is in the bushes, protecting our people from the terrorists. Their duty is not to fight against the military. Their duty is not to fight against any force. Their duty is to protect the southeastern region from the invaders. And they have been doing that duty effectively. They have been doing it wonderfully. But what do you see? Instead of getting support, people are demonizing them from all angles. People are demonizing them, causing confusion and creating problems in all angles. It is so sad that even some of us who are Biafrans are falling into this trick. Some people can sell their birthright because of money to frame up their own brother. You begin to demonize your own brother, begin to frame up your own brother. Joining the Janjaweed, joining the evil men to fight against Biafra. It is sad. It is sad. It is very clear to everybody that IPOB is not a terrorist organization and will never be. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying. It doesn't matter what anybody does. It doesn't matter the angle you're coming from. we will never be part of it, and we cannot buy it. And whatever information, whatever propaganda they are pushing, that propaganda they are pushing is dead on arrival. The world knows that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not violent. He's not a violent person. He is only speaking for the truth, defending his own land. Defending his own land. Have you asked yourself? Some of you must have heard that one of the guys that was in UK, the guy that they call Adeyinka grandson, that has always been preaching evil against the Igbo tribe. Adeyinka grandson have been preaching evil, calling for the killing and death of the Igbos for no just cause. You heard that he had been taken to court, and he was convicted of all charges against him. He didn't escape one. Adeyinka grandson did not escape any one of the charges. In UK, have you asked yourself, why is it that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not arrested the way Adeyinka grandson was arrested, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was doing a bad thing? Have you asked yourself, Adeyinka grandson had been arrested in the UK. He was taken to court, and all charges against him, he was convicted of all charges against him. He never escaped anyone. He was calling for the killing of the Igbos. And mind you, Adeyinka grandson was not speaking for the Yorubas. He was speaking on his own, sponsored by Tinubu. He was being sponsored by Tinubu and other evil politicians to make sure they instill confusion and trouble between the Igbos and the Yorubas. Adeyinka grandson was sponsored to make sure that the Igbos and Yorubas continue to be in conflict. He wasn't speaking for Yorubas. He was pushing hate, and some people were following him. Some people are listening to him. But today, Adeyinka grandson has been convicted of his evil. Ask me, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in the UK for a very long time, making his broadcast, speaking even against the UK government themselves. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has never been arrested one day or summoned one day. Doesn't that ring a bell to you? That should ring a bell in your head, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, everything he's saying are the truth with facts. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't just come and make accusation. He is talking based on facts. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speaks based on facts. Every single accusation that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has brought up against the Janjaweed, against the government of Nigeria, he has facts to back them up. There are evidence everywhere. Every single statement Mazi Nnamdi Kanu make online on his broadcast that the whole world is watching, there are evidence to back it up. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has never been invited anywhere or been cautioned anywhere. Even Twitter, that removed the tweet of Muhammadu Buhari that made them to run mad. Twitter saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu broadcasting on their own stage. Twitter never one day stopped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from broadcasting. They never stopped him. They never banned him. He was in UK broadcasting for so many years. Nobody called him attention. Nobody arrested him one day, because he was saying the truth. He was speaking based on evidence, based on fact. He wasn't just making noise. But today, what do you see? People you see today are people who carry propaganda to begin to push up without any basis of fact. You don't have fact. You come and begin to peddle lies. That same thing that Nigerian government have been paying people to do today, they are doing it by themselves. They have seen that people are not doing it. They are now today doing it by their own self. They are doing it by their own self, sharing propaganda against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, against Ipob, against ESN. Even when the world know the obvious, that the people, Biafra people, are not monsters. Biafra people don't behead anybody. They never did. Even during the Civil War, they never did, let alone now. You have killed a commander of ESN. They didn't behead anybody. You kidnapped their spring leader. They didn't behead anybody. All of a sudden, you wake up from the blues. At this critical time, you think that ESN will be so stupid to go and behead somebody, then they video it and tell you, we are ESN. You think they can do such a thing? You think ESN are so daft that they don't know the right thing to do? You think they are so demonic that they can go and kill innocent person and behead them? These people are born. This is to show you how far they can go just to destroy the struggle of Biafra. They have gone to Kenya against all odds. They damn all consequences, fail all the international laws. Against international law, they committed international crime. Go and kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and rendition him to Nigeria. They don't care. The people who can do that, don't you think they can do more? Now they are killing citizens of that country called Nigeria to frame up IPOB. And they are using their media. They are using their conventional media to push these lies. Ask these people who are saying this in the media, all those presenters, ask them, how did they verify that the people who committed those murders are members of ESN? How did they make their verification? Can somebody write to them and ask them, how did you verify? How did you make your independent verification to find out what convinced you that the people who perpetrated those evil are members of ESN? In other countries, you see there are investigative journalists everywhere. But in the contraption called Nigeria, you don't have investigative journalism. There is none. Not even one. They don't make any, there is no investigative journalism in Nigeria. That is why when you had the problem in NSAS problem, they were there. When you have all this useless media that are pushing this propaganda, you have them. They were there, yes. They couldn't be able to know what happened in Lokite Gate. Lokite Gate is just a stone throw from their office. They couldn't be able to verify and find out what happened. It was CNN. CNN all the way from America was the one that was able to bold enough to make investigation and find out what transpired in NSAS. And the international media all the way from America was the one that was able to make investigation to find out what happened. But those who are in that contract of Nigeria couldn't be able to make investigation to give us facts. When you claim to be a media station, instead you sit on your station. You sit on your station, Lion Mohammed will dictate to you what to say. Lion Mohammed will tell you what to say. You begin to say it in your station without finding out why is this true or not. Pushing lies up and down, saying that ESN are the one that decapitated some policemen and they kept it, they want to roast their head. Something that has never ever happened in the life of any Biafran. And we know the people who are doing this. We know them very well. We know the people who this one is their signature. The signature of the terrorists, Fulani terrorists. Fulani terrorists, they are the one doing it on a daily basis. Even as we speak, they are still killing people, beheading them, and sharing the videos. It is the Fulani that are doing it. They are bandits and they are criminals. They are the one doing it, including the Nigerian government. The Nigerian government is still doing it. They are the one who are killing people in a gruesome form. Look at what they are doing in Southeast. Killing people, destroying their house and burning people. These are the people that are doing this criminal act. Look at our lawyer, Ejiofor. Ifeanyi Ejiofor's home was invaded by DSS. They killed the aide of Ifeanyi Ejiofor and burnt his body inside his car. They killed an aide of Ejiofor and burnt his body inside his car. If you allow them, if not that the CCTV camera captured them, they will tell you that it is ESN. If not that the CCTV captured every operation there, they will tell you that it is ESN. This is the same way they have been killing many Biafrans and selling their body parts. This is the handiwork of the government of Nigeria, the Janjaweed government and their military. And yet, all this evidence are there. They ignore it. The media ignore it, and now they are focusing on the ESN. ESN that we know that are in the bushes. None of this media will tell me that he has gone to the bush to go and interview members of ESN. None of them will tell me that he and a member of ESN, a commander of ESN, have granted them an interview. None of them will tell me that they have made an investigative journalism to go and investigate and find out where the ESN and how the operation are. But what you see in your station, anything that Lai Mohammed tell you to do, that is what you will do. To begin to push lies and propaganda against innocent people. And you think you can succeed. It will never be well with you. It doesn't matter how you try. It doesn't matter how you try. Your plan is dead on arrival. Dead on arrival. An unrepentant nation that can never survive. Unrepentant nation that can never survive. Look at their NSAS. NSAS that everybody saw what happened in NSAS. Everybody saw what happened and said that the military killed the innocent people. Somebody was streaming it alive. Even when they formed their own panel, their panel came out and said that they killed people, people died, yet they don't want to accept it. A panel that they formed, they said they don't want to accept it. And that Lagos idiot, the governor, is coming out to say he wants to have a peace march. To say he wants to have a peace march, and he's inviting people to join, the masses to join him in a peace march. What peace march do you want to embark on when you have not accepted your fault, when you have not accepted that you keep it? I want you to hear from them, from the fool who called himself the governor of Lagos State, who has been killing people and committing all manner of crimes. Hear from him what he had to say.
So, well, I can say that
this month of December, I'll be leading a walk of peace to herald the healing of our land. Let me therefore use this occasion to extend an open invitation to all of our youths, members of the diplomatic corps, civil society groups, students, gentlemen of the press, media, and other stakeholders to join me. I would want Fulani Palano, popularly called Fowls. I would want Debo Adebayo, Mr. Macaroni. I would want an activist lawyer, Mr. Dele Farotimi. I would want Temitope Majekodumi. I would want Mr. Shegun Awosonya. I would want Adetong, just Detong, who draws me every day. I want legendary son of Fela Seun Kuti. I would also want the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Akim Odumusu. I want the Commander of the RRS, CSP Yinka Egbeyemi, to join me on this historic march for Abia, Lagos. Nobody will build this city for us. No nation will build the state for us. Let us show the world who we are. No foreign media will change negatively our narrative. We are Lagosians, a people of great renown, driven by the irrepressible spirit of Lagos. I want to thank you all for listening. God bless Lagos State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
You see how evil these people are. You have just watched that very video. This man who called himself a governor in Lagos State is calling for people to come for a peaceful march when he has refused to acknowledge that people died in Lagos State. Even when the report that was being issued, the report that was given by the panel that he himself instituted, he rejected the report. He has not admitted. The federal government of Nigeria have not even admitted that people died in Lekki Toll Gate. They are still denying it up to date. And now you're calling people for peace march. A country where you can never find justice anywhere. A country that has institutionalized injustice. Injustice has become the part of that very country called Nigeria. How do you think people can survive? How do you think things can work? And I thank God the way one of the people who is invited responded to him. Macaroni rejected their invitation and said that he would not be part of it. And I want you to watch the response that Macaroni gave to them.
So, well, I can say that I wasn't really invited because my name is Debo Adedayo, not Adebayo. But the Mr. Macaroni there can still work, sha. So it's Debo Adedayo. In the report, the governor said that he mentioned a walk of peace for healing of our land. Now, if someone is sick or is not feeling too well, and we are looking, and we're saying we want to go through a process of healing, first, we all together need to accept that there is a sickness. That is, someone is sick or not feeling too well. So, the patient must realize that, I'm not feeling too well. All this thing you want to be doing, you don't have the strength to do it. The doctor that wants to treat the patient has to also know that something is wrong. The doctor has to accept the things that are wrong with the patient so that the doctor can be able to treat the person that is not feeling too well. You know, so, but if we have a situation where the patient is aware that something is wrong, the doctor is saying, look, this is not what is wrong with you, we will have problems, because then the doctor will be recommending medicine or treatment that is not fit for that particular illness. So I don't think a walk of peace is the next thing in line at the moment. What is necessary is for the government to acknowledge that there has been some wrongdoing.
this is the kind of country we find ourselves in. You see the response that Macron gave him. That is exactly a very good narrative for what they are doing. If a patient is sick, first of all, that patient has to acknowledge that he or she is sick. And the doctor himself has to acknowledge that his patient is sick. Then you can be able to diagnose the person very, very well and be able to find out what is the illness. It is when you find out what the illness is that you can be able to recommend a treatment for that illness. But whereby the patient itself doesn't know that he or she is sick, and the doctor have said that the patient is not sick, what are you going to recommend? What are you recommending for the person? This is exactly what Nigeria itself is doing. It's not just about this very one. Macaroni just gave a very good example of what Nigeria is doing. Nigeria is not a country. They have to accept that. Nigeria is a false, what Nigeria is talking about is a great falsehood, a deception. A deception. Nigeria have institutionalized injustice, and justice can never ever work. They have to realize this. Nigeria is a country that kills its own, that makes sure that the citizens do not survive. They have nothing good to offer. Their foundation is faulty, very, very faulty, that there is no place to stand. They have to recognize that before you can be able to talk of any peaceful march or any solution. First of all, agree that what you have is not a nation. That is why I see some people who call themselves One Nigeria, including most of them who are talking online, who claim to One Nigeria. Accept that you don't have a country, first of all. Accept that there's nothing as a country like Nigeria. When the foundation is faulty, there is no kind of building, no matter how beautiful, you can put on that foundation that will stand. It will fall. Any foundation that is faulty will definitely fall. You have to accept that truth. Accept it first before you can be able to talk about the treatment. And the problem of Nigeria has been spoken about every now and again. A man in the Senate have come to tell Nigeria what their problem is. The problem of Nigeria is not far-fetched. The problem of Nigeria, somebody have been bold enough in the Senate to pronounce the problem of Nigeria. Since that man made that statement, what have they done? They have not done anything. Referring to what Macaroni has just said, that a sick person has to accept that he or she is sick, first of all. You have to accept that you are sick. Then you go to a doctor. Then your doctor will now accept that a patient has come to him, then diagnose you properly to know what is your illness before any drugs can be given to you. But in the case of Nigeria itself, the patients have not accepted that he or she is sick. That those people who are calling themselves One Nigeria, they have not accepted that they are sick. And the doctor that is supposed to treat them, which is their politicians and those evil men they are supposed to treat them, has not even agreed that their patient is sick. Then they are now prescribing a drug to heal an illness that they don't know, they have not accepted, they have not admitted to. How do you think that such person can make a proper prescription for you? How? On which planet? On which planet? And the only person that have nailed the thing was bold enough to speak in their House of Assembly, spoke. After that man has spoken up to today, they have not done anything. Watch the statement of that man. Hear from him directly. With the major problem of the contraption called Nigeria, hear it and hear it clear.
When a nation or republic cannot keep faith with justice and with the truth, it will never achieve unity. It will never achieve peace. And it will never achieve progress. Mr. President, sir, one of us quoted from this constitution and went ahead to make prescription for how to move forward. I dare to tell this nation today that this is the problem. This constitution can never give us progress. This constitution can never give us peace. This constitution can never give us unity. And unfortunately, Most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to give this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This constitution has 68 items. 68 on the exclusive list. This constitution has only 12 on the concurrent list. And those 12 are written so nebulously, so fraudulently, that you know that the intention is to even undermine those concurrent lists. That is why those who want unity and peace in Nigeria must first remember that the name of our republic is not just Nigeria. The formal name of this republic is Federal Republic of Nigeria. Unfortunately, we don't run a federalist system in Nigeria. Otherwise, what is so unique about all those things that are in the exclusive list? We used to have a parliamentary system, and then we wanted unity, we wanted peace, we wanted progress, and we therefore said we are going to go with a presidential system. Honestly, there are many presidential systems in the world that have peace and progress. I can't quarrel with that. But we must put in place the same safeguards that presidential system across the world put in place, so that you can have what it needs to run the society.
You have seen it for yourself. You have seen it for, but this very information was passed in the last Senate. Even when as soon as Muhammad Buhari entered, this thing was being said. He is very, very much aware. But what are they doing? Instead of removing this constitution and throw it into the dustbin, instead of removing this constitution, throw it into the dustbin, they are protecting it. They are protecting it as if it is something that matters most for them. They are protecting it at the expense of our life. It is because of this constitution they are framing up IPOB. It is because of this constitution they want to kill Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It is because of this constitution they want to call IPOB a terrorist group. It is because of this constitution they are killing innocent people in order to frame up people who are calling for justice. And you think it is well. It can never ever work. Just as that man have said, Nigeria will never ever know peace. They can never know unity, and there will never be any progress. If you are deceiving yourself, keep on deceiving yourself. If you're one of those who is calling himself one Nigeria, continue to deceive yourself. Our Supreme Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have made it clear that the Biafrans are going for self-determination, and self-determination is supported by international law, African Charter law, and even Nigerian law. Self-determination. We want that self-determination through a referendum. We are not asking for self-determination through war. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has not declared war anywhere. He has not declared Biafra anywhere. He is asking for self-determination from Nigeria through referendum. What he's asking the Nigerian people is to conduct referendum, and it is possible. We can do it. Nigeria government have done it so many places. They have done it so many, but they come and deny. They will come and deny for you that there is no referendum in their constitution. But it has been done in several occasions. It is the referendum that brought out the middle belt. The middle belt, and that's the referendum that brought them. The Midwest. Not middle belt, the Midwest. It was referendum that brought about the Midwest. It is referendum that made some part of Adamawa State, where Atiku Abubakar come from. Instead of being in Cameroon, they are in Nigeria. It is referendum that made it possible. Why can't you do that for others so that we will know our fate? Why you stop? Why don't you want to do it? Because they are evil. And for those of you who is waiting for one world power to come and fight for you, they will never fight for you except you fight for yourself. It is high time every Biafran, wherever you are, stand up and speak up. Fight for yourself. Nobody's going to fight for you. If you're waiting for anybody anywhere to fight for you, you are wasting your goddamn time. You are going to wait forever. You wait forever. None of it is good. And what is happening in Nigeria today, they know. You see, people you're waiting for to come and fight for, is it US? US that went and removed Nigeria from one of the countries that is persecuting Christians, even when they know that the persecution of Christians in Nigeria is higher, is greater, is the number one in the world. And a media station in US spoke about that Nigeria is one of the countries where Christians are most persecuted because of their religion and most killed. United States knows about it, and yet they removed the name of Nigeria among the people who are persecuting, just to spite the Biafrans and to spite Donald Trump, who did it. So if you're waiting for these people, they can't do anything for you. It is your duty as an indigenous person in that country called Nigeria. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your tribe. It is your duty to fight for your freedom. If you don't fight for it, nobody's going to fight for you. Nobody will fight for you. Just look at what the US did. Even when their own media brought the information, let me share the news for you so that you can be able to see how evil these people are. You don't have to wait on them.
World.
You don't
China,
have to wait on
Iran,
any foreign
Somalia. International Christian Concern has just unveiled its 2021 report on the top persecutors of the year. ICC lists 3 top persecutors this year: the worst country, worst group of persecutors, and the worst individual persecuting Christians. Well, joining us to discuss this year's list and to explain about what's happening around the world is ICC President Jeff King. Jeff, it's good to talk with you again. So let's get right into it. The worst country persecuting Christians this year. Surprise, it's not North Korea. Which country is it and why?
Well, yeah, you know, Kim Jong-un, North Korea, it's always going to be a top performer, right? But what we looked at was like how many Christians are being killed presently. Is it a problem that's not addressed? We chose Nigeria. It's a surprise for a lot of people. But Gary, in the last 20 years, 100,000 Christians have been killed. 3 million plus Christians have had their lands, farms, homes stolen from them. And the government is part of the problem. So we chose Nigeria.
Well, I know a lot of people say Nigeria, you know, that's just Fulani herdsmen and so forth, but it goes well beyond that. Tell us a little more.
Well, this is the problem. You know, we work in Washington, D.C., and we're working with the government. And so that's the line that comes from the Nigerian government. They want to frame this as a conflict between farmers and herders. It's not a conflict. It's a one-sided war. It's a genocide against Christians. There's Boko Haram also, but the Fulanis have done much more damage. The Fulanis are going in. These are armed groups that go in and shoot up Christian villages and take their land. And what's going on is it's a war that never ends, is never addressed. The Nigerian military never goes after the attackers. There's no arrests, there's no battles, there's nothing. And the reason is that, look, Muslims are in control of the police, the army, and the intel agency. So the whole security apparatus of Nigeria is controlled by the Muslims. And so the fix is in is the phrase. It's like it never gets fixed. It's never addressed. Nothing ever happens.
Okay, Jeff, let's move on then and discuss the worst group persecuting Christians this year. It's not Boko Haram or Al-Shabaab.
You can see, you have seen by yourself. This news station that is reporting is in the US. The station is in the US. They were able to make their investigative journalism, and they were able to find out those who are persecuting Christians. Nigeria is number one. But yet, US, seeing all this in, they came and removed Nigeria's name from the list of those who are persecuting Christians. Because they are pursuing their selfish interests. They want the oil to flow to their direction. They want their companies to continue to do business in Nigeria. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. We have to fight for our freedom. If we don't fight for our freedom, nobody's going to fight for our freedom. Nobody's going to fight for it. And you see this Janjaweed in power. The Fulani Caliphate that are running the Asorock that we know today, they can do everything possible to make sure they take over our land and continue to perpetrate their evil. They can cover up their evil by all means possible. They have been able to hijack all the military section in that country of Nigeria is controlled by the Fulanis. The judiciary is controlled by the Fulanis. The Senate is controlled by the Fulanis. They own the Asorock. What do you have? Every security you can talk about in Nigeria is controlled by the Fulanis. That is why they perpetrate their evil and nobody says anything. If you see them, they are parading people who are kidnappers. They will parade people from the southern part of Nigeria as kidnappers. But the people, the victims, when they begin to make testimony, the victims will be telling you that the people that kidnapped them are Fulanis. But when you see the media showing the people that were being captured, the terrorists that were being captured, they will show you people from the southern part of Nigeria. Why is it so? Each time you see Nigerian media showing people that we are being kidnapped, when they're showing kidnappers, if they're showing kidnappers, they will show you people from the southern part of Nigeria. They will never show you Fulanis. They will never show you Fulanis. Trying to paint this to look as if it is the southerners that are kidnapping. We cannot keep our hands closed. We can't fold our hands and continue to watch this. That is why I come online on a daily basis to bring this information to your doorstep. And you share the video. As you are watching, after watching, you share the video to your neighbors. Share it to your platform. Share it to all friends and family. Even if it is only one person that is watching it live. After watching, you share to another person. The person you share to will give to another person. That person will share. Before you know it, thousands of people will get the information and know the truth. We cannot keep silent. We have to continue to do something. And what I'm doing now is something. I am doing something. The world is watching. The world is watching. You don't know who is going to come across the video to know actually that what the information that the conventional media in Nigeria is pushing are all false. False information, lies. Brian Mohammed will forge his lie and give them, and they will continue to push it ahead. The examples are available. Look at the NSAS video that was captured live. They begin to demonize CNN because CNN was able to capture the whole thing, did their investigative journalism and bring that fact, evidence, facts. They denied it. They formed their own panel. Their panel came out with facts. They denied it. You have media in Nigeria. Medias in Nigeria can never ever do any investigation journalism. They can't even pursue the facts. They can't know the truth. That is why they just wake up and begin to tell us that ESN, we are the people that cut off people's head. ESN, we are the people that cut off people's head. You did not interrogate them. You didn't catch any one of them. None of them told that is a member of ESN. You didn't go to ESN camp to speak about it. You just sit down in your office and you conclude it is ESN that are killing people. We should go and have this on all of you. Whatever evil you are planning will follow you. You might think you are just a broadcaster. Any evil you plan today will follow you. The survivors of today, yesterday, the victims of today were survivors yesterday. And the victims of tomorrow are survivors of tomorrow, today. Who knows who is going to be tomorrow? We are all survivors today. Tomorrow, who knows who is going to be a victim? You don't know. That is why if you see anything in your area, speak about it. If you hear something, say something. Don't be silent. Do not be silent. When you hear something, you say something. That is where we're going to spread the news until everybody gets the information. May Chukwu guide and protect everyone that has watched this video from the beginning to the end. Continue to share, let people see what is happening. When you see when we are having one person viewing or two people viewing, they are attacking my page. They are attacking my page because of the information I'm dishing out. They are attacking my page to make sure that people don't get the information, but people will definitely get the information. Chukwu knows how to send information. I'm not the only one speaking. There are so many other people passing information. And you that is watching, as you are sharing, other people will still get it and share. That is how the information spread. We cannot allow them to change the narrative. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. Let them continue the attack. We will continue until Biafra comes. We will continue to fight. Until Biafra comes, there is no going back. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. And remember, blessed.